must realize you are doomed.
Finally, folks, finally, after 6 long ass episodes drawn out, I finally get one that I really, really liked. It was a good one. And let's get into this deep dive in Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, episode 6. Rich,
Yes.
man, finally get a good episode out of this one. Wow. After all this time, I was finally feeling like, yes, this is what I was waiting for. This is what I was clamoring for.
Yeah.
Rich, what's your quick thoughts? Did you feel the same way? Is this the best episode so far for you?
This one was definitely the best episode and also the most action-packed episode. I felt like it had a lot of fighting, which I always enjoy in Lord of the Rings. But yeah, definitely my favorite episode so far.
All right, folks, before we get started, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button for us and help us get to 500 subscribers. We truly appreciate it. All right, Rich. Man, I'm telling you, I just love this episode. And you were talking about the fighting. Yeah, it was a lot of action and stuff, but it wasn't just the only reason why it was so good.
Yeah.
It was focused on one storyline, basically. We
Mhm.
didn't have the Heartfoots. I know you're saddened about that because I know how much you love them. We didn't have Eldaron or Durin as well in this, which are seriously, that's our favorite characters.
Yeah,
our
we were
favorite
talking about
storyline.
that last
We love
episode,
their chemistry, but they both weren't in this story whatsoever,
Yeah.
and it was the best episode yet. Not saying we don't want Eldaron and Durin and the Heartfoots. It's just they didn't need them.
Yeah.
And it was great how they put it all together. This episode, I don't know how to describe it. It was just so good with the action mixed in with the twists, the turns, and then they stopped and had some good moment character building, and then some more turns and twists. It was just everything was so perfectly planned and written out in this episode, more so compared to the other ones. And I'm hoping, I don't know about you, but I'm hoping that they keep this trend in the next 2 episodes because that'll be it for this season. How'd you feel, just general on this episode?
I really enjoyed like you were saying our favorite 2 characters weren't in here. So
yeah,
but it was nice having like one storyline to follow and not back and forth a bunch of different characters. It was nice just having like one nice little straight storyline. And and I really enjoyed the different character building, especially between Arondir and Bronwyn. Like Arondir finally opens up and says, I want to start a life with you and Theo. So we get a lot from him.
I don't blame him either. But I mean, this actually felt for the first time where I felt this world and these people where actually there was some danger out of all these episodes so far of the series. It felt like, okay, even with Galadriel going about talking about the danger, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel there was any kind of danger. I don't know where this was going.
Yeah.
He just kept talking about Saruman and everything else, but there was really nothing going on, really. You just saw orcs trying to have a homeland, basically, how I saw it. I mean, really. And then this episode, you really felt danger for these characters for once, and felt like something evil is, or darkness is building up to something here. Something's wrong. This is the first episode I felt like that. How'd you feel?
Yeah, I definitely felt the same way you did. Like the orcs, and like I like how they showed how much the orcs see Adar as like their father. Like they like it's not just like I have to obey you. It's like they have a love for him because Adar really looks out for them. I think it was in the last episode where he told one of them to like reveal his arm and let the sun hit his skin. And he's like, "How does it feel?" And he's like, "It hurts, it burns." And he was even saying, he's like, "One day you won't feel that, or hopefully one day you won't feel that anymore." Like he truly like care. Like he calls them his children. Like he cares for them. So I liked how they showed more of that in this episode too.
Yeah, piggybacking on what you just said, at the very end, even they or towards the end when they captured him, and he was Galadriel's prisoner, and she was talking to him and was threatening him about, well, what if your children, huh? Well, what if I put your children out to the sun? He didn't say nothing. He looked down. I mean, he really, because even though he says it, you kind of felt like, oh wow, he really does kind of care about these orcs and is bringing them up, trying to make their homeland, make them rise and everything. And he didn't say anything when she said that about the sun,
Yeah.
so that's how you knew that there's more depth to this character.
Yeah. Let me bring up another point with Adar. Like, it's not just orcs either. Like, whenever people like join him, like it's like he had a plan for that old guy that was following him, Waldrig, the old
Oh,
guy.
okay.
Yeah, because like there was that part where he's like, Master, we gotta leave, whenever that tower was falling.
Yes.
And he grabs him and moves him out of the way. So there's like some points where like you can tell like he cares about certain people that aren't just orcs. So yeah.
Well, let's get into the nitty gritty about the battling, man. What a great battling it was going. Arrows flying left and right, fighting orcs, and then we get a knife stabbing in the eye juice dripping down.
Yeah.
Oh boy's mouth. Ugh. What did you think about all the fighting, man? I mean, of course, I'm an action guy, so I liked all the fighting. What did you think about all that with the orcs and everything?
It was awesome. This is the first time you see Aaron Deer really get like manhandled. Like he was about to get.
Yes.
He usually slips out of everything. Like the first fight scene he had with the orcs a couple episodes back, but yeah, this one I was like, oh shit, like he's really being overpowered by this massive orc. And who comes in to save the day? His girl, Browen. So
Browen,
yeah,
yes.
she comes in and saves him and everything. But yeah, the fighting scenes in this episode were really good. Especially like the Galadriel stuff when she's like on her horse and she like just swoops down and like slices a freaking head off, like insane.
Yeah,
so yeah, I really enjoyed that.
The movement, the dexterity of an elf, I guess you would say. It's just awesome. Everything, the reflexes and all that, of course. And then how you were saying of Browen, I thought this was it for her. She got torn up with so many arrows.
Yeah,
dude, I was like, dude, this is it. She got hit up so bad with these arrows, and I literally thought that this was going to be it for her. And I felt that because you talk about Theo and Arendir. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Arendir, really feeling that was so scared, and you felt it. And I really thought it was the end. I ain't gonna lie, because she got hit by two or three arrows straight.
I think it was just one.
Wow,
but it was like
one?
right
I thought
here.
it was more.
But it was like right by her heart.
I thought it was two at least. Well, maybe.
But
I thought it was the end.
I thought
what
so
did you
too,
feel?
And I thought so too. And I swear these directors play with your emotions, because like there's a part where she like, it seems like she like took her last breath. And as I was watching, I was like, you better not just bring her back like that. And I don't know where it's like, they feel like the loss and everything. Yeah. And I don't know where she's like, I'm awake. So,
which I was surprised, because you saw all that blood just oozing out, everything. And speaking about the blood, a quick little question: what did you think about the Orcs Blood? And the reason why I say this, and I don't know if people notice, but you couldn't really notice at nighttime. But especially like when they were fighting the Glandrill and the army of it, and during the daytime with the sun out.
Yeah,
you saw the blood splitting out and stuff. Very CGI for me, brother. Very CGI. I really didn't like it. But that was just a quick notice during. Of course, everything's gonna have flaws, but that was a flaw for me. Just the CGI blood from the orcs coming out. During daytime, you can really notice. Nighttime, I don't know if you could notice or not. Did you notice that at all? Be perfectly honest with you.
Being honest, I didn't even notice that. I didn't even notice the CGI blood, but I am glad that you brought up the orc blood in general.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure I hit on this spot, because I might forget later. But whenever Galadriel has her blade up to Adar's neck, and she's about to like kill him, and Halbrand stops her and says, don't do it. And she like does a little slit. You see Adar's blood, and it's black. It's like a blackish tint, so it's like he's turning into, I don't know, maybe a Uruk-hai or something, because Uruk-hai in Lord of the Rings, those were like fallen elves that got turned to follow Sauron. So I don't know, that part right there where you see the black blood, it was like, oh shit, like is he like turning or something? So that was a nice little thing to see.
Speaking more about the action and everything in the war and them fighting, the brutality, really, especially in the beginning where you find out when they're going against the orcs, all of them weren't orcs.
Yeah.
some of them, they realized they picked the helmets off. They were their own people
Yeah.
that sided with them, and then
And
they
they
just threw
noticed
them
by
out in
the
the.
blood. And they noticed by the
Oh,
blood when they
dude.
saw it was red. They were like, oh
It was
shit.
kind of brutal scene,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh shit, like, and they made the choice to follow him, and then he just, Ador
Sacrifice,
just told him,
man.
Ador said, hey, go back out there and go fight them, and in the end, still lost, still got
Yeah.
killed, fighting in that, and it just was a touching moment for me seeing that, and but then they slowed it down a little bit. Well, you know what? Let me just go into the capture real quick of his name's Adar, right? Yeah,
Adar.
Adar. I'm sorry, Adar, tomato. They were chasing him, and how the hell did Hellbrand catch
Come out of
up
nowhere.
past Gladriel and Adar?
You, man.
How the hell did he pass them up?
Something is up with that dude, man. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. There's something up with Hallbrand. There's a lot of different things that he's done. Even in this episode, that made me like question, like, I don't know, man. But yeah, I see what you're talking about. Like, how did he catch up so fast? From the different direction, too. He took out that horse's legs from a different direction.
Yeah.
Like he caught up, did a like U-turn and hit him from the other side. So
I don't know, but like you said, that I'm like, something's up with this dude. I don't know what it
yeah.
is. I'm catching a different vibe from him as well, and
Yeah.
I don't know, man. There's definitely I think you're right. There's something up
There's
with this
something.
guy, man. I don't know what it is,
And
but
I
there's
don't
a reason why they're trying to force this character down our throat as well. You know what I'm
yeah. And
saying?
then there's a scene where he has Adar on the ground and he has the spear to his neck and he goes, "Do you remember me?" And I don't know, there's something on Adar's face that it just seemed like worrisome, like he didn't know who he
Mm-hmm.
was. So I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm watching too much theories and all this stuff about Hallbrand. So yeah, it's a lot going through my head.
But then they slowed it down a little bit. They captured him, Landro. She pissed off Landro a little bit, like you said, put that knife to his neck and everything.
Yeah.
And then it was Hellbrand
This
tucking her out of her at the
yeah,
same
it's
time. It's
like
like, okay,
okay.
whatever. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
But then like I said, they slowed it down a little bit. Then we get a little moment with it was his name, Isildur, and his dad. I can't remember his dad with the horse. And
Oh yeah, Elendil.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they slowed it down and make a character development right there, which is awesome because they slowed it down, did a character development, and it says, his dad was talking about, you got to be one with the horse. It feels
Mm-hmm.
your pain. It doesn't feel worrisome for itself, but worries for you, for the writer.
Yeah.
And Isildur asked him, well, where did you learn this? And he's like, your mother. I
Yeah.
don't know how you felt about that, but it was a good character build for me, but also thinking, all right, what's up with his mom? What's the story with
Well,
his mom? Is
yeah,
she
because well,
Mhm.
on the ship earlier in the episode, Galadriel asked what happened to his mother, and like Elendil says something, but as he's walking away, he just goes, "She drowned." That's all you know.
Mm,
She drowned. There's no
right.
story behind it, no anything. We don't know too much about the mother, but they did bring up the mother, like you said, a lot in this episode. Like whenever they
Yeah.
were like, "You look just like your father." I think Galadriel says that, and he's like, "Oh, that's funny. I've heard that I look a lot like my mother." Like there's
Mm.
been some references to his mom, so I think that they might like that might play a key in something later on
Yeah,
down the
like
road.
maybe she's not, like a regular human. Maybe she's
Maybe,
half elf, an elf, or something. I don't
maybe,
know. I mean,
yeah,
something. That's what I'm gathering. But it could
yeah,
just be, she was just a great woman in itself. Who knows?
yeah.
Just a good woman with knowledge and stuff. Um, so basically, so at the end, we get a lot of twists and turns, right?
Mm-hmm.
We got one in the beginning we didn't mention, but originally the orcs came to the one town, but they weren't there anymore. The
Mm-hmm.
humans and everything, they went to a different town. So then you're like, oh shit, because you're all prepared for war, and then boom, they're not there. It's empty. The whole
Yeah,
place is all empty and everything. But they caught up. I guess it's days later. I because it couldn't be overnight. There's no way they could have made it.
yeah.
And days later, they come in and they actually find them. The other twist and turn is what was that guy's name? And he actually had the sword.
Oh, you're talking about the guy at the end.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're like what?
Waldrig. So
Waldrig.
as the Numenorians are coming in and about to like take out all these orcs and Adar and all of that, all his crew and everything. Adar comes down and says, Waldrick, I got a mission for you. And he hands him something like he had the sword in his hand. Like Theo gave it up to save his mom. So he had the sword in his hand. So you knew that he gave it to him. So this whole time that they catch Adar and they have it wrapped up, I don't know why they wouldn't open it like right then and there. But they're going through all this, like just carrying it around while it's like wrapped up and everything. But he gives it to Waldrick, and at the end, you see Waldrick pierce like a stone, like it was like a lock and key. I swear, he put it in, turned it, and it created that big flood that started taking out some of the Numenorians and their crew and everything. But that was like big time key in like Lord of the Rings lore, because that is what that's Mount Doom.
Yes, I was about to say that's Mount Doom.
That's Mount
We see
Doom.
the birth. We're witnessing the birth of Mount Doom. Hey, everybody, if you're still out there and like this video, press that like button. Thank you.
Yes.
But anyways, we're witnessing the mountain,
the
birth,
Mount Doom.
Mount Doom. The birth, basically the birth and of Mordor almost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're witnessing the birth.
Yeah.
I loved how, all the effects and all the watering coming down.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like the fiery volcano type deal with the exploding rocks. It's just so cool. It was like, wow. Because I thought that was going to be it. Just at the end, they caught him, whatever. And they're going to, no, they bring in a big finale like that. I just love the twists and the turns. And it's just like, wow, it was such a good episode. We see witnessing the birth of Mount Doom, Mordor, whatever you want to call it. It was perfectly executed to the whole episode. And like I said, we didn't have all these other characters. And we're gonna, leading lastly to this video is what did you think that's what helped it, that they concentrated on one storyline and didn't have these other ones to bump in and out of it?
Definitely.
Do you think that helped it?
Definitely. And it also helped that they brought back a notable like part in the Lord of the Rings lore, Mount Doom. They brought that into the end and how it started and everything. So I think I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm not sure about everybody out there. That's why you guys got to comment, let us know how you felt about this episode. But I really enjoyed the part that they added that. And I'm not gonna lie, I really enjoyed all the stuff they did with Adar, especially in the barn when they had it tied up and they were like questioning him and everything. Adar even says that he was the one that killed Sauron. He said he killed Sauron. He said once Sauron took over, he actually wanted peace and wanted to bring everybody together and like unite everybody. I don't know about all that, but because we know Adar from the trilogies, but Adar did say he was the one that killed him. So we get a lot of story from Adar and just in that barn scene. So that and Mount Doom, the eruption of Mount Doom, were my favorite parts of this episode.
Just can't keep emphasizing more how good of an episode this was.
Yeah, this one was.
It brought me back into the lore, everything. I was just so immersed in this.
Yeah,
I could watch it a couple more times and just, what I'm saying, it's just so good compared to. And I keep comparing to the last episodes, the previous episodes. But man, it kind of hopefully it pays off with these other two episodes. Do you think they can keep the momentum going? And do they have to keep the momentum going for this season 1 to be successful?
I think these last two episodes have to have the same energy, and I'm really hoping they bring back Durin and Elrond next episode.
They have
to. Dude, give me a whole episode of them, please. Oh my god, that's like back to back great episodes. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next episode. Oh, and one key thing, I don't know if people noticed, but they did show the barn at the end whenever Mount Doom was erupting. Adar was not there. He escaped. He did escape. I don't know, because it was a pretty quick glance of like a shot in the barn. As it's like crumbling down, you see the chain cut. So he did escape. So I'm really looking forward to to what he's got planned now. So I mean, the plan that he wanted to unfolded. So
Yeah, just one quick final thought from me. It's just a little theory here. So you know how Theo was wielding the sword, and he told him how much he felt so much power and everything from it.
Yeah.
Do you think, with the sword and everything, do you think that could be like what makes the ring? Maybe
I don't know, because when he did say that reminded me. He said he feels a loss.
Like Frodo.
Yeah, it's crazy. So Maybe, man. Maybe.
That's what
Because
they. Mhm.
that sword, look how powerful it was just to create,
Yeah.
that. So I don't know. It could be,
I don't know
man.
if it was forged into the ring later. I don't know. Who knows? It's just a crazy theory.
Yeah.
But what about you out there? What do you guys think about any theories or anything you got? Comment down below and let us
Yeah.
know your thoughts. And once again, if you're new to this channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 500 subscribers. And don't forget, hit that like button because it truly does help.
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Rich, where can they find us at?
Guys, check down our description down below and click on our link tree. It's got links to everything we're affiliated with, our TikTok, our Instagram, our Discord, but most importantly, our Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Click on those, subscribe to us, whether you're on the way to work, on the way back home, or at the gym, or just got some spare time where you can't watch our videos. Check us out on our podcast and let us be in your ear for a little bit. And yeah, that's the best way you can hear us if you can't watch us.
Hi, everybody. David Rich, Scoundrels Podcast.